Okay, we're live.
Hey everybody in the Mentally National area. I am Senior Sales Director Srila Fitzpatrick, and I'm here with my wonderful comrade, Senior Sales Director Brooke Noble. And we wanted to talk to you guys today about getting bookings from bookings, because one of the things that can be really tiresome in our business is constantly chasing new leads, right? Constantly figuring out, okay, where are these names coming from? What do I have to do to lead generate? Running around and always, doing that. And so, there's two things that you really want to focus on at your appointment so you don't have to do as much running around. One is getting referrals, and the other is getting bookings from bookings. And, I remember a sales director sharing with me that she'd never, ever, ever left her party without at least 2 new parties booked from her current party that she was at. And so if you really master this skill, it's something that is going to allow you to perpetuate your business and work it the way it was meant to be worked. I mean, this is how Mary Kay herself taught us to work our business. And it's going to allow you to have more time, honestly, because you're not going to be running around spending all your time trying to chase new leads. So Brooke and I are going to share with you a little bit about what we do to get bookings from bookings, and then a little bit about what we do to keep those bookings from bookings. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start, and I'll just share with you. Honestly, for me, I think I was a very good student of the close when I was a new consultant. And even though it wasn't always comfortable for me to say all these things, I pretended like it was, fake it till you make it. And in the process of doing that, I think it just became very natural for me. It was almost like just a script that you just memorize and you just do. So every time I hold an appointment, I am confident that I am going to leave there booking pretty much everybody at that party for a second appointment. So the first thing I will say is that it's really a mindset and an attitude. Booking calls, or you're doing it at a party. And if you go into that party knowing, you know what, these ladies are going to have a great time. You know they're going to love the product. You know they're going to love you because they're going to have fun and you're there pampering them for free, right? Why would they not want to see you again? Right? Why would they not want to spend more time playing with more free product, right? And getting a new look, or, learning how to put their makeup on. So many people are excited because they just don't know how to do it. And you can teach them some tips that can help them feel and look great, and Brooke will talk more about this. She has started offering another option instead of a makeover if you have people who are not into the makeup piece, right? But it's a mindset going in saying, you know what, all these women are going to have a great time. They're going to love the product and they're going to love me, and we're going to see each other again. So it's kind of an expectation that, this is not the only time you're going to see these people. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, honestly, you have to talk about that second appointment. And those of you who are using the flip chart, it's already embedded in that flip chart to remind you to do that. But you constantly want to be talking about the second appointment. When you do your introduction and you're talking about what they're going to be doing today and what they're going to get to try, you also want to let them know that, you know what, because you ladies are here, you are entitled to, that's the key word, you are entitled to a second complimentary appointment. Did you know that? And everybody says, no, I didn't know that. And I say, yay, you get to spend more time with me. It's going to be so much fun because at that second appointment, it's totally customized for you. And you get to try so many of our products that we're not going to get to today. So if you want to play with some makeup and learn about creating your own customized mineral makeover and your own look, I can do that with you. We use professional brushes and we take a before and after picture. It's so much fun. And so you're just romancing that second appointment and how much fun it's going to be, right, for them. And then I let them know, if you choose to share that appointment with some friends who are not here today, then you actually get enrolled into my hostess program, and you are going to be eligible to earn a lot of free product. And I'll share some of those programs with you at the end when I sit down with each of you individually. But I'm super excited to be able to get you started with the skincare today, and then meet with you to customize things that you may need for your skin, or do that mineral makeover with you. And then we just get into the appointment, so the opening, I spend a good minute, 2 minutes really romancing that second appointment. And then of course we go through our appointment and we're having a great time. We're trying all the great products. And every time someone asks me a question about a product, I answer it. But I also say, at your second appointment, we have this other product that you're going to love. Our under eye corrector is amazing. It's my new favorite thing to help with those bags under the eyes. Someone might say, do you guys have, concealer? Oh my gosh, yes. At your second appointment, we're going to create that flawless finish. So I'm constantly talking about the second appointment. Now, if it's not a habit for you to do that, there's a couple things you can do. You can play one of those queen games, I guess it's called, where you have a cute little gift wrapped up. It can just be a really elaborate goodie bag with samples, or it can be a mini hand cream, with some candy. It can be a full-size product. It can be a full-size hand cream, depending on what you have in your inventory that you might want to move or you might want to give away. You can wrap up a really cute gift, and they get to pass it around every time you mention the second appointment. They pass it around. Or the first person who hears you say second appointment and raises their hand and says, oh, you said second appointment, you can either pass the gift to them, or you can play it with tickets, and you can just give them extra tickets for noticing that you said second appointment. So by doing that, it's going to remind you to not already a habit. And some groups are really fun, right? And they have some competitive people at them, and they're going to be like, you haven't said that thing in a while. And they're going to remind you to say it. So it's going to be great. And the whole purpose of that, ladies, is so that by the time you get to the end, when you are closing them, they are expecting that second appointment. So when you're closing and you're talking about booking the second appointment, it is not a surprise. They're not confused about what you're talking about. They don't not want to do it at that point. Now they want to do it because they heard about all these great things they're going to get to try at their second appointment. So I'll stop there because I know there's a lot more, but Brooke, I'll let you kind of take over and add anything that you want to add.
Awesome. No, that was amazing. So you guys, just so you know, and I don't know if I'm still small and I can just see Srila, but I'm still small on my screen. But if you guys can hear me, yay. I have a big personality, so yay, I'm down here, guys. I think Diane has to switch me to be the big person or whatever. Anyway, so we'll just keep going and hopefully I'll pop up. But you guys, I just want you to know that actually Srila was the one who trained me how to do this. So, oh, yay. I think, am I on top now? Anyway, all right, anyway.
You're on top, Brooke, you're on top.
Okay, great, awesome. So basically, yeah, Srila taught me how to do this. And again, I was just a good student and she just said, this is how you do it. And so I did it. So that was awesome, awesome stuff, Srila. And it's such a great thing to hear from you and learn from you even more. So anyway, so at the end of the appointment, when we get to the end of the appointment, we are super excited. Everyone knows that they are going to either get a second appointment with me and that they're going to earn hostess credits by having their guest list. So really, honestly, what I do is I have their fabulous game that they've just filled out with, 10, let's say 10, 15, 20 of their friends. And I'll say, okay, so if you want this to be your guest list, you can also, add more people if you want. And basically what that's going to do is when you have that party, you are going to actually earn this microderm that you put on your wish list for free, basically. So this is how this works, and I just kind of go over that. And so whatever your hostess program is, you're going to go over that with them. So Srila mentioned that I do 2 options. So when I'm closing with them, I ask them about if they're interested in the opportunity, I get the sales. And then the third thing I say, and the third thing is booking your second appointment. And I just go into that, just like Srila said, with the mindset that they're going to book with me. And I always book within 2 weeks. Okay. That's kind of the magic time. If there's an extenuating circumstance and they're out of the country or they're going on vacation or whatever, we can adjust that a little bit. But within 2 weeks is when I book them because they're still excited about seeing me. They're excited about how excited I was about their products, and trying the different thing and all that sort of stuff. So I will say, okay, great. So I always do this within 2 weeks, and I say I call it the checkup from the neck up. Okay, because that's funny, and they laugh. And I say, it's kind of, I want to make sure that you love your products that you're buying today. I want to make sure you have the order of application right. I want to make sure that you don't have any questions or anything like that. So it's a checkup from the neck up, but it's also your second appointment. I say, and you have 2 different options. Okay, so the first option is your makeup appointment, just like Srila talked about. You get to play with makeup. It's a individualized appointment at first. So basically what happens is, and I kind of explained this to them, is that I'm going to arrive half an hour early. So let's say, you want to do it at 2:00 on a Saturday. So I'm going to arrive at 2:00. You're going to tell your friends to arrive at 2:30 because, most of them won't, the party won't get going until about 3. So we'll have about 45 minutes to an hour to do your customized appointment. And that's going to be for your face shape, for your eye colors, for your eye shape, your cheek color. We're going to do contouring, highlighting, all of this fun stuff that you probably have never done before. So I don't know if you've ever gotten your colors done, but this is a free consultation that you're going to get everything. You're going to look amazing, and you get to play for free. Awesome. So exciting. And the reason that I come early and do that is because with a group, it's just way too much. I can't handle all that individualization. So I'm gonna come early. I'm gonna do you. Your friends are gonna arrive. You're gonna look gorgeous. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then we're gonna have the regular, what we just did with your friends. And what's so awesome about that is that you're gonna be able to be, the hostess with the mostest, and be able to, enjoy yourself, relax, because you've already done it and you already look awesome. Okay, so that's the first appointment. That's your makeup appointment. Now, the second thing you can do is you can have a spa party, and the spa party is awesome. I love spa parties. So basically, what we do is we use our botanicals line, and we do a quick, gentle face wash. It's all botanically based, and it's very, very gentle. And then we do 3 different masks. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's amazing. So the first mask is a clay-based mask that pulls impurities out of your skin. It's actually amazing. It's kind of like a train wreck because you can see all your blackheads in the white towel. It's gross but amazing, and you feel so squeaky clean. And then if you want, we can also do a peel. And then we also are going to do a moisture renewing gel mask. And you're going to leave that on, and you literally have never felt skin like you felt like this. It is like a baby's. And I can attest because I have, my 1-year-olds at home. It's like their skin. It's awesome. So not only do we do that, but we do a Mint Bliss leg and foot lotion. We do a moisturization. You get to try out the cellulite cream, the toning correcting cream. You get to try out all of these amazing body and fragrance and skincare lines that you haven't tried before. And so that is, and we do satin hands, we do satin lips, we can do satin feet if you want. It's just amazing. It's a relaxing, fun, party that you do together. So we would do that all together. So those are your 2 choices, and which would you like? And they'll say either spa or makeup. And I say, you know what, we could actually do 2 appointments, right? So we could do a spa appointment with your friends, and we could do a makeup appointment at another time, or you could come to one of the studio's events when we're doing like cat eye or whatever. So, which one do you want to do, or do you want to do both, or whatever? So I end up trying to get 2 more appointments with this person, right? Because if you think about the layering process, and, when they're loyal to you, it's when they like you. And when you're having all that one-on-one specialized attention on them, and you're seeing them more than once, you're building that rapport. So I have my calendar out. That's one of the closing items I have. And I say, okay, so which one would you like? And they'll say spa or makeup. And I say, great. And I say weekend or weekday, which works better for you? And they tell me. And then I say, okay, great. So I have this Saturday or this Saturday open, which is better for you? And they tell me, and I say, great. And I have 9:30 or 1:30. And they say 1:30. And I say, great. So I'm going to have you down. And then I have a little card that just says, and you can print these out. I believe you can find them on Diane's website. You can just Google it. I mean, Google is, how amazing is Google? You just Google it and it's just at your fingertips, right? And you can just find these little cards, and I just put their name, what day their appointment is, what time it is, and then they can hang that on their fridge or put it in their planner or whatever it is, just so that they have something that has it on there. And I honestly, my mindset is, you know, when I go to a doctor's or a dentist office, they always book my follow-up appointment, right? That's just how it works. So that's how I say it, that they don't really have a choice. They're going to book with me their second appointment. They get this awesome, like Srila said, this awesome experience for free. Hello, amazing. And then, and yeah, and so for me, it's just, you know, why wouldn't they? Exactly. Why wouldn't they want this awesome free experience? And then I was going to say something else too, but now I forget what I was going to say. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So coaching, Srila, I'm going to send it back to you for coaching it on how it will, you know, hold, because you want your appointments to hold. So there you go.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Brooke. I loved it. I love what you shared, Brooke, you know, and you are kind of the brainchild behind that spa party. And I think it's so awesome because you're right. Not everybody is going to want the makeup necessarily, but I love the fact that now with 2 options, people are going to want both, right? When you romance both. I think that's so great. And the other thing I loved about what you said is how when you close, it's not like, oh, so will you book with me? You know, can we get together again? It's a very confident, like, okay, so these are your options. Which do you pick? You know, these are the times that I can book with you. Which do you pick, right? And I think, ladies, a lot of times we get concerned about how to book because we're not clear on our schedule, right? And you have to be, as a consultant, like, you have to be clear on your schedule, and you have to know before you go into a party when you're available to book these other parties, right? So that's the other thing. You can't go into a party unprepared to leave, to know when you can book and be offering those. So that's great, Brooke. Thank you so much. So I'll talk a little bit about the coaching process. You know, one of the things is it's really important, ladies, that you coach your appointments well, because only half of what you're coaching well will hold. You know, and the fact that you already have this warm connection to this person, they've already hosted a party for you, you've already met some of their friends, they already know who you are, the coaching process should be even easier, right? So, you know, you should be a little bit more excited to talk with these people, and they kind of know what to expect, because hopefully you've already coached that party in a way that they kind of know what you do, right? So I love how Brooke talked about using the referral sheet as the guest list and adding to that, because that is number one key, that you get a guest list. You are reaching out to those guests and you are pre-profiling them. And, you know, even if you are doing a spa party or you are doing the makeover with the hostess, you're still going to want to introduce skincare to those new faces that you're seeing. And so if you're doing a spa party, that's great, but you can still do the miracle set. You know, maybe you're not going to do it on the face, but you absolutely should be doing it on the hand. You know, I think while these masks are setting on people's faces, that's a great opportunity to take time to do the miracle set on the hand, because really you want miracle set customers, right? And so you still need to introduce that skincare. So pre-profiling to know what people's skin types are and what, you know, what kind of skin concerns or maybe allergies they have or things like that is always a great thing to know going into a party, so that you're prepared. So that guest list is crucial so that you're able to contact those people. But you guys, more importantly than knowing about their skin, honestly, is developing rapport. Getting the guest list is not really to know what their skin type is, because you know what? You could ask them when you see them at the party and you could squirt some stuff in their tray, right? The real reason that you want to know who's coming to the party is because you want to connect with them before the party happens, so that you can develop a relationship at some level and a rapport at some level, and they're excited to come. And I'll just give you an example, because I was just pre-profiling a party yesterday, and you know, I'm a big believer in the human voice. You know, I really think you need to call people and talk to people live on the phone. Sure, it's maybe quicker and easier to text, and I definitely do text if I'm not getting a hold of someone on the phone, but I always try to call them and reach out to them first. And yesterday I was talking to a girl who's coming to a party in a couple weeks, and you know, and I did ask her some questions about her skin, but then, you know, she was just saying, oh, you know, I was just saying, how are you? How's it going today? And she was saying, oh, great, I'm just watching TV and working. I was like, oh, do you work from home? Yes, I do. Oh, great, what do you do? You know, so I'm not just in it for the skincare questions. I'm like, hey, you know, like, What do you do? Oh, I'm so excited you're coming. How do you know the hostess? Oh, okay, cool. If you hear kids in the background, oh my gosh, do you have little ones? So do I. Connect with them at some level. So they're like, oh my gosh, this is like a real woman, right? She's not some crazy Mary Kay robot who's going to come and try to sell me product, right? You're human just like they're human, and you want them to feel that from you. And so that is what pre-profiling is really about. Okay, it's like making new friends before the party starts. Okay, so that's really key when you're pre-profiling. The other thing is stay in contact with your hostess. The craziest thing I hear from consultants is when they say, "I had this party, but she forgot." What do you mean she forgot? It's our job to make sure they don't forget, right? So you should be reaching out, sending a confirmation email, send them a hostess packet in the mail. So they're getting like a cute little packet in the mail, maybe some samples, maybe the lookbook, your business card, maybe a little note. Thank you so much for hosting for me. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it's not a bill. So they're going to be pumped to open it, right? Think about the 3% of the time you get like real mail. It's not a bill. Like you're pumped, right? Like this is a card. What is it, right? You open it up. You're so excited. So that's what you want them to feel when you're sending them a hostess packet. Okay. So send them that, make sure you're texting and calling your hostess. So you're checking in like, hey, I've heard from 3 of your guests. Is anyone else coming? And then you're also reminding the guests before the party too. With the guest list, I'm able to send out a reminder to everybody the day before the party and say, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow at Susie's party, So it's things like that that you need to do. The biggest tip I have for you ladies, which I think we all need work on, is in order for you to do the coaching well, you need to set aside time. Are you ready for this? Set aside time in your schedule to coach. Because if you don't do that, you will never coach. And I'm the same way. When I don't set aside time in my schedule to coach, it doesn't happen. Like, oh, I meant to call that guest list, but I forgot. Oh, I meant to call that hostess and get her guest list, but I forgot. So you've got to set aside time to actually coach. Depending on how many bookings you have, that'll determine how much time you need. And then do all the coaching at the same time. I send all my confirmation emails at the same time. I send all my hostess packets at the same time. So it's not like I'm like, oh, did I do that? And I'm constantly trying to do that throughout the week. Does that make sense? Brooke, anything that you'd like to add that you do with your coaching?
I was just going to say too, so for me, you guys, and I think Danielle told me this when I was just a consultant, you have to take the penny out of your eye too. So if you think about, okay, if something's hard for you, throw money at it. And I know that sounds weird, but what I mean is not really throw money at it, but it was hard for me to ask for guest lists. And I don't know why that was. Just for me personally, I felt like I was impositioning them, right? To ask them for their friends' names and numbers. And like, what if they didn't want to give it to them? What if they didn't want to give it to me or whatever? So I just said, okay, how can I fix this so I feel good about that? So I literally say to them, if you get me your guest list, or we use this fabulous game, within 24 hours of you booking, I will give you a free full-size mascara or a free full-size jelly lip gloss or whatever it is, right? Because if I give them something from At Play, right, that's less than $5 of wholesale, but it helps me to be able to feel good about asking for something. So I don't do that anymore because I've, grown my muscle in that. But the point of that is to say, if something feels hard for you or awkward, turn it around and say, okay, how can I make this, something that they're going to want to do, right? Because people for a full-size mascara, they will do about, anything, right? Because first of all, our mascara is amazing. And second of all, why wouldn't you, right? And they're going to give your names and numbers anyway. So why not do it for a mascara, right? So, and if you think about that, you're paying $7.50 for a mascara, right? Because you're getting it for wholesale. But if you get the guest list, that party's going to hold. And let's say it's 4 or 5 people, you should be, you making like, let's say $300 or so. So is it worth it to spend $7.50 to make $300? Absolutely. So for me, that is just something that helped me because I was very awkward, or I felt very awkward about asking for names and numbers of friends. So that is just something that there's a quick tip that helped me ask them and feel good about asking them because there was something in it for them, if that makes sense.
That's great, Brooke. I love that. Yeah, that's so true, to incentivize your hostess so that there's more in it for her. Absolutely. And the last tip that I want to share that I didn't mention is that I now use an app called Red Stamp. And what I do is when I book somebody, I create the invitation on Red Stamp. It's really cute, it's simple, and it's a template that I have saved in the app. So I'm constantly just editing the same couple of templates and sending it to the hostess with a little script to have her guests RSVP to me. As I want, you know, if I'm not getting the guest list from the hostess, and generally, you guys, it's not because she doesn't want to give it to you, it's just because she's busy and she forgets, you know? I mean, so if you make it simpler, the simpler you make it for your hostess, the more likely you are to get the result that you want to. So I create the invitation, I have a little text following the invitation that I text to her, and I say, please send these 2 texts out to all the people you want to invite. And when I start hearing from people tonight, you will get a free lip jelly, right? So she's going to be on it and send it to everybody right away and tell them, get back to her today. And that's how I start getting a lot of those people responding to me rather than me trying to go out and get those phone numbers. So that's another thing that I've been doing lately. Awesome. Anything else, Brooke?
I think that's it. Go get bookings for bookings.
Bookings for bookings. Yay. I know. It's so exciting. So hopefully this was helpful for all of you and it gave you some new thoughts and some new tips. And, you know, if you feel like you need more details, talk to your director. But ladies, embrace this. Bookings from bookings. I promise you, when you perfect this muscle, you will be much happier in your business. You'll be much happier because imagine, like, if you held just 2 parties a week, right? 2 parties a week with, let's say, 5 women at each party. That's 10 faces you're seeing every week, right? That could be 10 new potential bookings. 10 new bookings every week. Isn't that what we teach you guys to do? Boom, done. Do you have to go out and hold events? No. Do you have to go out and warm chat? No. You just got them at your parties with people who know you and like you. So it's totally worth practicing this skill and getting good at it. All right, you guys, have a great day.